Good afternoon and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. I'm going to surprise you today. I'm going to make a card instead of an embellishment or a layout or a base page. I'm going to make a card. I have, excuse me, I have a new great niece and I need to make her a card. And I have a couple of embellishments from a baby embellishment swap that I'm going to use. And so before I forget, I want to give credit to who did these. Isn't this precious? Look at this. Love at First Sight. That was made by Deanna McKendrick in a baby swap that we had not too long ago. And then I'm also going to use these little shoes, and they were made by Ruth C. And so I'm assuming that's Ruth Campbell. And oh, they're just precious. I love them. So that's what I'm going to use. This came from my stash. Just pretty little girl. I've had it forever. This I almost used. I liked it because it's kind of the peachy pink. But I don't think I am going to use it. I think this is what I'm going to use. This is some old ribbon that I think I'm going to try to use across the bottom of my card. And then I did a couple of die cuts and a couple of different yellows and did a few heart punches that I may mix in with this. So the first thing I'm going to do, I wanted a white card. This is the peachy pink and it matches everything really well, but it just kind of faded into the white. And so I wanted something around it, and I didn't really have that peachy pink that I needed. So this is a little pinker. There is this pink in there, but I'm going to use it as just to outline my card front, just so that it will pop a little bit and show up a little better. So while I'm doing this, and I'm going to glue that ribbon right down there, I want to do the twist real quick. The twist today is kind of about children. They're our most precious gift that God gives us in earthly things. And so the scripture today is Deuteronomy 5:29. And it says, "Oh, that their hearts would be inclined to fear me and keep my commands always, so that it might go well with them and their children forever." This is the Lord talking to Moses right after they're in the wilderness wandering for 40 years. And it was right after he had given them the 10 commandments. And God is saying, oh, if their hearts would just stay true to me, if their hearts would just keep me in awe, and they would be obedient to me. That's my heart's desire for these people. Well, we know that didn't happen. We know that they drifted away from God generation after generation, and it did not go well for them. But that's God's heart's desire, and it's his heart's desire still. However many 5,000 years ago or whatever that was, it's still his heart's desire that we just hold him in awe, love and respect him, and are obedient to his commands, and that we teach that to our children, because it is generational. Just because we are saved and we serve doesn't get our kids into heaven. That does not give our kids eternal life. We have to pass that on from generation to generation, and that's God's heart's desire. Okay, so I'm going to take this that Deanna made, and I'm going to put it on my card front. Aren't those little feet just precious? I love this little plaid that she used. And then I want to kind of put a little something in behind it, I think. I was kind of thinking maybe even something like that. And then I may use some of these little bitty hearts as almost like enamel dots. but I think that's kind of where I'm headed. So let's, I want this heart to go over the edge, just a little of this onto the actual card. So that looks pretty good. Let's get that, kind of see where we've got that and get that glued down. This is just a die cut that I have. I actually think I used it in the Valentine swap this past February. Get just a little bit of glue, kind of all the way around it. Doesn't need much, just some here and there. I haven't seen my little great niece yet. She has a little older sister that is just precious. So I tell them I am their great, and I am great aunt. Okay. Let's get this down. Like I said, I don't want much, but I want just a tiny little bit peeking out over the edge of our card face over onto the card itself. Just about like that, I think. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to put this on top of that, and then we're going to do the little feet over there. I think I want that over the center, over the point of that heart, and then about like that. So let's get that glued down. Oh, I just love these embellishments. And when I got them, we didn't even know she was coming. And I just looked at them, I think those are so cute, but I'm probably never gonna use them because I don't have any, we're not having any more babies that I know of. And then sure enough, my sister's son. So I was really, really, really glad I had it. And she did a great job on this. It's got like about 3 layers. It has this little plaid, and then it has kind of a pink, and then it actually has the black on the back. So it really stands up nicely. Hold that down so that it glues down good. And then let's put our little footsies on there. And then this tiny little, this is another just little tiny die cut that I have. Just barely touch that with our glue. And put that on the little feet. Okay, I like that. Now then, I will come back and decide on the little hearts, but I do think we're probably going to put some little hearts around. Let me see if just by chance I have anything that would work in my enamel dots, or if I have any little hearts. You know what? I do have some little hearts. We may try those. I have some others, but they're too bright. I know they're too bright. And I've got a couple of those. So we may try some of these things. I hadn't thought of that. I think that's about it for things that, well, there's a few more that have yellow, but I think they're back to that real bright yellow. So I don't think they'll work, but these others might. So let's kind of give them a look. There are those three. They may be a little too much. We'll see. Let's, this hasn't even been opened. There's some, like there's a little tiny, they may be a little more on the gold side. There's two of those little tiny hearts, but I think they're just a little bit on the gold side for this. Now there's the pink. That's actually kind of the peachy pink. Let's see what that looks like. There's a little bit larger one. Let's get those off of there. You know what? I kind of like those. I kind of like those. I feel like it needs something there, but there's not any white. I mean, the card itself is going to be white. They're white. There are whites on there. I think those are just too much. They've actually kind of got a glittery thing to them. Let's see what this looks like on our card. Yes, I like that. I just feel like I need these hearts. Let's see if these are too dark. I want something to get away from me. So I think this is it. I do have a couple more of the larger ones. Let's see if we can put maybe a large. And a small. I feel empty right here. Is why I'm looking at that, but because there's a lot of color on this end. But I don't like that. I'm just really having to concentrate here, sorry. This was totally not in my radar. And now it is. So now I'm really having to think about it. I don't know, I may leave that. I'm gonna leave it there like that for right now while we work on the inside of the card. I was gonna put this down at the bottom, and maybe I should have now that I look back on it, but it was just kind of so-so, and so I didn't. So anyway, I don't know. So let's just set it aside. We'll kind of think on it, and I think I want to put this like this in here. Just kind of instead of a poem or a greeting, I'm going to write something in it, but I think I'm going to put that in there. Just like that. It was already distressed. I don't have to do anything to it. It needs to stay flat because it's the inside of the card, so I'm just going to leave it just like it is, I think. straight. And then I'm just going to put these little sweet shoes right there on it. And that's going to be the inside. Ruth, you did a great job on these. They're just precious. And Deanna on that, oh, that on the front. I just love it. Made this card an easy, easy, easy card. Okay. Gonna leave it just like that for the inside. And then we've got to decide what we're gonna do here. I have one more of the bigger hearts. Let's see if we need it. The thing that I could do, if I use, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is group these a little more. I don't want them to look like they're lined up. Maybe something like that. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I am going to put a little dot of glue on these hearts because I don't trust them at all. But I'll do that off camera. You don't have to watch me do that. Let's go ahead and get this on our card front. And we're going to call this card made. I always write a little thing in their cards about, you know, raising them to know and love the Lord and their responsibility and all that kind of stuff. That one fell off. But, you know, you never know. They have not been in church. And he was the first kid to church when he was a teenager. And they're lawyers, both lawyers in Austin now. And they don't go to church. And my sister, every time she sees them, of course, she teaches those babies. But, all right, I think I like it. No, I think I love it. So anyway, that's going to be her card. Now all I have to do is come back with the glue to make sure those are glued down and write my little thing in it. And then we have our sweet little card for my little great niece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by. If you like the card, give it a thumbs up and have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone else.